Welcome to Introduction to Business Online Management 111 offered by Harper College. My name is Dr. DrMochocki. This week we're going to be covering three chapters. Chapters 10 on motivation, Chapter 11 on HR, human relations, and Chapter 12 on labor issues. Let me go first of all, let's start with Chapter 10. What's so important about Chapter 10? When you look at motivation issues, what you have to look at, there's no one way of motivating each individual since we are very unique in our own way. So you have to look at intrinsic rewards and which is within the individual and extrinsic rewards which are outside the individual. Look at the scientific method. We still utilize all these methods and all these theories you're going to be reading about. Taylor's, the scientific methods, Taylor's, about the job, the tools, and fair wages. Look about if you're stressed, if you're motivated, if you are over motivated, for lack of better words, stress could come on in there. Hawthorne studies, basically, if you look at the General Electric plant, it opened up, but the Hawthorne studies opened up what you call the behavioral movement. And then you have Herzberger. Herzberger looks at the job content. He looked at the motivators. He looked at job environment. And he broke it down into job content and motivators and hygienes. Okay, then you have Herzberg. Herzberg has a hierarchy. You start off with the basic needs and you go all the way up to self-actualization. But what Maslow basically said at every level, as you're motivating, things change. So if I'm all the way self-actualization, I just need to have the self-intrinsic, and I've done a real good job, good self-esteem. But if something would happen in my life, I lost my job, or I got a divorce, or my loved one, something happened, and I dropped all the way back down to the basic needs. What motivated me before now has to be a different motivation. Triggers need to that I need to be motivated. So Herzberg, what goes up comes down. Okay, let's see. You look at the Ouchi. Ouchi basically takes the Japanese style motivation and incorporates it to the U.S. style. You have goal settings, management by objectives. As you go a certain managerial level, a certain salary level, you have more of a job appraisals, and you'll come up with goals and things that you're going to look at. You can look at the equity theory, and this all ties in later on. If you ever take me for organizational behavior, it looks at the whole company policy. But right now, from an individual, if I don't feel that the rewards are equitable, I won't put that much effort. You look at job enrichment, job enlargement. How do you use open communication to motivate the individual? Reorganizing the work so you have more of a job content, more of an intrinsic. What are keys for productive teamwork? We look a lot of our motivation as individuals. Now, if you look at most of your your goals and performance goals are both team-oriented and individual-oriented. And global employees, there's the different motivate. We're looking at individuals what motivates individuals in the U.S. You get someone from Japan or someone in Asia or someone from India. They have different motivational buttons or attributes that they're looking for to motivate them. So what motivates me as an American or first or second generation U.S. citizen may not motivate someone first generation from, let's say, Mexico or Asia or China or India. Okay, look at the different generation differences. As a baby boomer, I like the security, the job, the pension. As a generation Y, I want more of a time, more of a flexibility, more of a fun place. So I have different motivation techniques. And you'll see that when in Hot Topics when you do the connect in the video. Okay, the next chapter is HR, human relations. Human relations, when you look at human relations takes employees and they look, how do I maintain employees? How do I find new employees? How do I bring employees into the workforce? How do I reward the employees? Do I have the right employees now? What's the direction of the company going in the future? What kind of employee do I need for the future? How do I do a proper job evaluation? How do I follow all the rules? When a manager is doing disciplinary action or doing some kind of interaction with an employee, what is acceptable? What is not acceptable? In HR, if you look at HR from a human relations perspective, they're basically the attorneys for both the union, for salaried employees, and also for the management. So they're that in-between person. They're usually a calmer type of individual. They're more of a good listener. So even though I teach HR and I have a background in HR, I probably most likely would not make too good of an HR manager because I'm too hyper. Okay, so anyway, those who know me know. So now that you got HR, so you're gonna look at job analysis, you're gonna look at recruitment, look at fringe benefits, type of different systems. Again, that all ties into motivation. I have to have the right systems, the right reward to motivate the type of individual or the clients that I'm trying to motivate. 6 steps of performance appraisals. How do I do mentoring? How do I do networking? How do I move employees from one process to another? How do I promote employees? How do I demote employees? How to do hygiene? Do I have any kind of policies? Okay, the last one is labor issues. If I look at labor issues, let's take Wisconsin. What's going on in Wisconsin with the governor recall? Part of the labor issues is how much power collective bargaining does management and the labor have? If management is treating the employees well, there's usually not too much manual labor issues. There's not too much concern for a union. When management starts treating the employee as a second-class citizen or not treating them well, not giving them benefits, cutting in, then you have disgruntled employees. A disgruntled employee most likely will pass on indirectly that disgruntledness to its customers, and basically you may not have the best workforce that you're looking for. So you always want to maintain that labor issue. If you have too much of a conflict, look at a Caterpillar here in Illinois. If they have a management and Caterpillar have had a labor issue, you had poor quality goods. Other people outside the company not sure if the goods have been built properly, was there some kind of issues? So you have a lot of other issues. Poor PR, both for the union, representing Caterpillar, the Teamsters, and also for Caterpillar. Okay, so what other issues you have? Why to join the union? Objectives of organized labor. What are some kind of labor agreements, right to work laws, resolving agreements, mediation. What's the difference between mediation and arbitration? Mediation is basically more like a marriage counsel, try to get people together. Arbitration is more like for a business perspective, a judge and basically judicial system, and will basically does a ruling that has to be enforced, and it's just like a judge that does a ruling in the case. That's the law, that's the ruling, there we go. Challenges in facing labor unions in the future, and you can see they're losing some power, but they're not going away. They're changing their mode of, look, I came from the Brotherhood of Electrical Unions, so I'm not bad mouthing or bashing unions. I've been on both sides. I understand both sides. Both sides have their strengths and both sides have their weaknesses. Okay, sexual harassment. Understand sexual harassment. Elder care for challenges. What is the misconception about senior citizens? Do they get hurt faster, or they're more accident prone than Generation Y, younger individual? No. If anything else, a lot safer. The issue with more of the mature type of or grain type of a workforce, and when we do get injured, we're out for a longer period of time. Okay, so that's basically it. You're doing well in the forum, you're doing well in Connect. Most of you are doing pretty good. This class is already filtered down to what we have. I think I have about like 20 students in the class, which is an excellent size class. Keep on doing work and your business plans. Keep on working on this. Utilize your job description that you're going to need in your business plan from this chapter. Look at some of your HR retention things that you can need in your business plan. So what you're reading, you put them inside your business plan. You're going to have, let's see, we're going to have one form this week, and the form on this week is what the form is going to be is, remember, I grade a form within the week. You have to log in 3 times to 2 or 3 other students each time to log in. But the form is going to be your business. I want you to select one key employee. Not if you're open up a bakery, that's what I use as an example. My key employee is my baker. How I'm going to motivate them, how I'm going to find them, how I'm going to retain them, and that's the one person you want. I can always get cash registers, not I'm meaning the job, but that the individual, if I'm a restaurant, I need the chef who's going to make the food. Okay, so that's the one form, and let's see, I have 2 forms, 1 form, and the other form is basically any other questions you have on your business plan. I think that's what I have in general, or general about the class. I mean, just like an ice cooler or a water ice cooler. I'm already summertime thinking about beer. I'm talking about the water cooler. And if I look at the water coolers where you go in and talk to your friends. Okay, so anyway, we're covering 3 chapters. Chapter 10 is on motivation. Chapter 11 is on human relations, and ties in real nicely with chapter 12, which is labor issues. You understand the contractual agreements, what's acceptable in the labor issue. You got Obamacare or the health care coming in there, and all those are issues that, as a business owner, small or large, we have to be concerned. And all parts of these chapters start putting into your business plan. So pretty soon the business plan will be coming up, and you'll have everything ready. Make sure you have to use some key concepts and vocabulary in your business plan. Bold it. My name is is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Introduction to Business Online, offered by Harper College, Management 111, and I'll see you in the forum. Bye.